So my name is KP. I am the former con chair of Megaplex, also one of the founders of Megaplex. Also, I am on the board of directors of Anthrocon and PR staff for Texas Furry Fiesta and programming staff for Midwest Fur Fest.
Hi, I'm Pandez. I'm one of the founding members of both Motor City FurryCon and Indy FurCon. I've been vice chair at Motor City for 5 years, and I'm a previous con chair at Indy FurCon. I just stepped down this past year.
I'm Alkaline, I do stuff, Danny, go!
Hello?
I'm Alkaline, con-chair of First Square, and director of...
Don't need to scream now. There's a microphone here.
Oh, this is weird. I am con-chairman of First Square, I am director of finance at multiple conventions. I do weird stuff when people ask me to, so that happened. Danny!
And the louder voice I ever heard. Yeah, you are. Well, I am Danny, chairman of Brazil Fur Fest and Furbolista Furry Bowl event back in Brazil. And as you can see, I don't speak English fluently.
I already love your accent.
Thank you very much. You're so kind.
Oh no, not as kind. If you yelled at me, I wouldn't know I was in trouble.
Please use these. I want to keep my ear.
Yes. Do not yell with somebody throwing it up. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm an alcoholic. Oh wait, this is the wrong meeting.
You're pretty fucking close!
I'm Trevor, so I run Denver is coming up in a few weeks, and Aquatifur, which is a fun water furry con in Wisconsin Dells where it's cold. That's really it.
For sweeters and water.
Yes, fursuits, water, hot tub,
Fursuits.
alcohol.
I think it is tradition to start off the panel with the person running the convention that's hosting us. Let's go over to Hinu.
It's Hino.
I'm
I'm correcting
trying
that
to-
whole time, but it's okay.
Why don't you tell us something fun that happened here but not in the last 2 years?
It actually has been 2 years on that, but I don't want to do that one right off the bat.
No.
Let's go with our pink dragons.
Oh, yes. This happened at the Marriott.
The Marriott.
This happened at the Marriott.
So we have the airport Marriott. How many remember the Marriott?
Marriott, because the A burned out and it formed a U, so it's spelled M-U-R-R-I-O-T-T. Marriott.
So we have this group or this company that basically buys a floor of the hotel all summer and brings in kids from around the world to experience Disney and Universal. And let's just say they were less than thrilled for us to be there. They held up, they wouldn't let our attendees pass through their hallways, even if their room was at the end. They wouldn't let us in the elevators. They actually held up the elevators for 4.5 hours 1 year.
Wow. Preventing fursuiters from getting on them when they need to go upstairs.
Yeah. We actually had lunch with them to try to work through everything, and what it ultimately came down to is they got kicked out of the hotel the same year we left. Didn't help us much, but it felt good.
And they all wore pink t-shirts, which was why we called them the Pink Dragons. Yeah, they're many years ago at Megaplex. Megaplex has had a little bit of a rocky history, a little bit of a choppy history. And when things started going real well, there was an incident that happened at the World Gate Resort. Everybody called it the Millipede Resort because the air conditioning wasn't working right, and millipedes were just kind of walking into the hotel and into people's rooms and such. On Sunday, there was an attendee who had been there, and he had been following one of our more famous attendees around, and actually walked into his hotel room without permission. And this person, I'm not going to use names, but this particular member contacted us and said, he had to make sure that this person was escorted out, and he continued following him around all weekend. On Sunday, this other attendee, lost it, quite literally, and sat himself down in the only hallway between the convention space and the elevators, the one linking hallway, sat himself there with a Bible and started reading and misquoting Bible quotes to anyone who walked by. Yeah, and as I was trying to talk over his ever-increasing voice, so I started talking over him to try to talk to someone, he started increasing his voice until you could hear him in the hotel lobby, which was more than 400 feet away, down 3 other corridors. It echoed and carried all the way down all of these hallways. We had to try to find ways of routing people around him because he refused to acknowledge that anyone existed. He just continued spouting off very badly misquoted and Bible verses, but he was introduced his own words into them and furry words into them. It was kind of amusing at first, but after 15 minutes of this, it was not funny anymore.
And other names.
Other names?
Thou shalt not Corgi Corinthians 4:16.
Corgi Corinthians. So, but the thing is, the kicker behind all of this was, this is one of those times when everybody was like, the con staff was like, do not touch this person. We don't know what's going on. It's not safe. Don't approach him. Just try to get past him. We ended up having to have Orange County come out, and ended up having the Sheriff's Department Baker acting said individual. And if you don't know what Baker acting is, it's a statute in Florida where a person is pulled by the police and taken into medical custody for their own safety. And as he is being restrained and picked up by multiple sheriffs, he is screaming all kinds of accusations at the top of his lungs against these armed and uniformed guards or uniformed sheriffs who are removing him from the property. He has since been banned from that hotel's property and any affiliated property with that chain of hotels. And he would find it really hard to get a membership to this convention again. Because he had a badge on, we know who he is. But one of the things about that was a very scary moment for a lot of us because, one, we didn't want an assault charge by any one of us touching him in any way, shape, or form. We let the police handle that. But two, he was so mentally unbalanced by just plunking himself down on the floor and starting to spout off all of these biblical verses badly misquoted, like stitching a piece of one to another to make something that didn't make sense. We really did not know, if it was even safe for anybody to be in that hallway at that point. We were all standing 20 feet away from him as the sheriffs were coming in. It was actually one of the scariest things that's ever happened at this convention.
Don't drink the water in Orlando.
You're right,
But do you remember what we called the book?
No.
It was the Book of Kage. Because he had replaced Jesus and God with Kage.
Among other things, and like I said, he was badly substituting themes and furry terms into the Bible. Like I said, you want to talk about horror stories, and Raspar was he's over there, he was on staff around that time. That was honestly, we were terrified of what was going to happen. We didn't know if this guy was going to be violent. We didn't know how the sheriffs were going to handle it. They were very professional. we just wanted him gone at that point. We wanted to get everybody back to normal, and it took a good 30 minutes for everybody to kind of get back into the con space, the headspace of being at a convention, because it was just so bizarre. I've never experienced anything like that, and I hope we'll never have it again. So that's a horror story of horror stories for us.
Well, actually, I would like to go to the person who traveled the farthest to be here. Where did you say you started the con, or have started the con?
We started the con in Santos, Brazil, and first of all, I want to thank all my team to be here because they paid thousands of dollars to move me away if I make too many bad jokes. So thank you for being here.
This man came here, and his con is only a few weeks away.
Well,
and I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
He was stupid enough to join our staff. His whole board paid.
but the revenge is something we wait and pay double. You will be in Brazil.
That was so threatening!
You won't be in Brazil. If you scream at that in the airplane, you know you're screwed.
I have a feeling I'm going to wake up on an airplane soon. My friend, you come from a very long distance away. What wonderful story do you have for us?
Well, last year was year 2 for our convention, and well, Brazil is a very, very hot temperature country, and we host our convention in winter. It's like this room, the winter, the coldest we get. Yeah, it's like air conditioning. And well, our first parade last year was during middays. It was a big mistake because press said they would go there to film us and make a nice report. All the first parade, they didn't go. And well, at midday, sun is at the top, so all some first readers fainted, and it was very fun. It was kind of fun because we have one doctor, which is good for a fair convention to have a doctor. It's nice, but one doctor was not enough. Not only that, I was there fursuiting too. On my big fursuit, some of you guys saw me here with a big bunny fursuit with big butts, you know. I have a bigger version in Brazil, and yeah, bigger.
It fills the entire car.
Yeah, it's as wide as a car. It's true. And I was fursuiting with my big butt, and fursuiting with my big butt, and I managed to fall. Of course, I didn't manage to be stand up again, so everybody ran, oh my god, the chairman was in the floor with his big fursuit, oh my god, what a big butt. And they tried really hard because I'm heavy, my fursuit is heavy, so it's double heavier. And when they tried to put me up, I dislocated my knee inside the fursuit, it's true, and it hurted a lot. I managed to put my knee back on the place. Well, all the police came, all the ambulance, all the staff, all the fans, all the haters, everybody came. I was good. Yeah, that's my fursuit. It's a car ride. Yeah. True, that's our passion. Well, Brazil is all about butts, guys. South America is a crazy place. Yeah, we need to get a storage just for the fursuit and another for the car. It's true.
I need to go in your car!
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Yes.
Well, they managed to find me a wheelchair to the rest of the convention. And I got a nice nickname, Wheelchairman. If it was not enough, I made another mistake at that last year. I was the guy who was intended to place on the walls the banners, the posters we can put on our walls, those things, but we need to put with glue tack. right? And I messed it up, and I used the double layer one. All the whole. Yeah, permanent double layer.
You use 3M tape on the walls of the hotel?
All the whole. In my defense, the decoration was great, really. It worked. Well, the best part, prepare. The best part, everybody in the staff, Betsy, pay attention. Everybody in the staff was really nervous because of my name, because of the fainted people, because of the walls, and we are almost crying because, oh my gosh, we will need to pay all the painting of the hotel. So Betsy came to me. Let me finish, please. Betsy came to me and said, "Oh my God, you messed it up. Who's going to pay for the wall?" And I told her, Mexico.
You sir get an extra point for that one.
Guys, Southwest has a sale going on right now for out-of-the-country flights. We're going
Actually, we have some flyers here.
I want to go to there.
But you can't scream. Screaming.
No, yeah, she's the one who yells there. Yeah, this is a bottle for suitors.
I'm a fursuiter now. I want to get drunk out of this bed.
Yeah, people put whiskey.
This is really cool.
Yeah, for suitors.
What is your theme?
This year movies. You are actually seeing the first hand. Nobody in Brazil saw that yet.
You guys are singing right here first.
This is really cool. That's right. Dude, I totally want to go to your con. You guys sound like you're basically batshit crazy. He started off his story with, "So there I was unconscious," and finished with, "Trump is a piece of shit."
Perfect. Now, what's for? Please clap for Dribble. Let's give it a round of applause for him.
I'm nowhere near as fucking funny as you. This is
I'm not funny, it was serious. Actually, they painted the whole hotel.
You painted it.
No, they painted.
You paid for it?
No.
Holy shit.
Mexico did.
To teach me your ways. I fuck up my hotel.
I'm Democrat.
Okay, well, my story is not quite as exciting, but we will try and attempt to make it as cool. I did not pass out, I did not fall anywhere, and I did not 3M my entire hotel.
We can arrange that now.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so my hotel has. Okay, so the hotel that I'm at, it's 18 stories, and it's all vacation style. And the first and second story have escalators that go down to the lobby, the basic area. We have a random fursuit phantom cougar in our hotel. And I've used this story last year again because I haven't had anything crazy since last year. So those who went to this panel last year, go grab some alcohol. It's the same damn story. You're gonna go. It's gonna take 2 minutes. But again, so you're going downstairs. Like, you're gonna have NFL questions. Yeah, maybe not. There's a couple. Yeah. Ooh, hey, the quest. Okay. Going down the escalator, you go right down. That's all you see. Somehow, some person, I don't know if they're in a kilt, a skirt, fursuit, they put this shit in a bag, has managed. I get a call on my radio and be like, "Oh yeah, hey, if I share a contract, yeah, I got a contract. Go ahead. What do you need? Can you come to the front desk? There's a rather smelly issue. Like, is it a fursuiter that didn't wash themselves? Someone didn't take a shower? It's fine. Like, no, someone shit on the escalator." I'm like, "Excuse me?" They're like, "Yeah, someone went to the bathroom, the escalator, and the front desk can smell it from there." I'm like, I don't know what to to do about it? Like, is it fake? Like, is it not going through the thing? They're like, no, someone defecated on the escalator. All right, fine. So you go down there, and sure enough, like 3 hotel staff are just sitting around and going like, I don't know how, but like we were here the whole time. I don't know what they did. And I'm like, how did you not see it? Oh, did anybody see it? No, it's just chilling out there. I'm like, all right, so clean up, whatever. This happens 3 years in a row. Somehow, some way, they're just like, yeah, you gotta come downstairs. Remember that thing that happened last year in the escalators? I'm like, uh-huh. They're like, it happened again. I'm like, how? They're like, we don't know, but there's poop on the escalator and it smells really bad. You gotta go clean it up. I'm like, oh shit, get the maintenance people. And so I'm like, all right, second year, fine. And I'm like, all right, third year, this ain't happening again. We're getting some damn security, watching the escalator go back and forth. They missed it. So if anyone wants to be security on staff there to try and get it for like the 4th year in a row, totally cool, because I got that con coming up in a few months. So that's really it. Beyond that, my attendees are nice and courteous, and they get drunk and throw up in their own toilets. And our contractors don't pass out in the middle of the pursuit parade.
I didn't. It's located when.
I'm going to have to bow out in just a minute for medical reasons.
Okay.
However, there's one other quick story. I know we normally would go one by one, but there's one, it's really fast, but it happened very recently, within the last 2 years, but it's not bad. It's just, it's done. So all con chairs can tell you one of the things that's perpetually a problem / an interesting thing for us is we're always getting solicitations, or a lot of us are getting solicitations from hotels or venues to move our convention somewhere. To either move to another city or within the same city to go to a new property, to go to a new hotel. And Megaplex is no different. We have actually, in the past few years, since we started growing, received several solicitations from various hotels within the city and the county area. There are some properties we never think would ever contact us. Disney properties in particular are ones we would never anticipate getting a message from. However, a couple years ago, we actually got a contact from the Swan and Dolphin Resort. And it was addressed to Megaplex Anthropomorphic Convention. And it's on a big color, like folded brochure of a Disney property that had just finished being renovated. And they said, we would like to host your event. We have X number of hotel rooms. We have lots and lots of things. We're right on Disney property, so you have easy access to the theme parks. And I'm like, Disney property fursuits. This is interesting. So I'm reading through it. What are they offering us? They are offering us complimentary alcohol reception for all attendees. So this was number one. I'm like, okay, they have our attendees' interest. They're good. We will negotiate a rate of X, which is actually, the dollar amount was higher than we would normally want for a convention. So they're thinking we're a little more corporate. We will provide you with a catered meal for several hundred attendees. And our super sponsor luncheon can be covered with that. Going down on the list, and the final thing that they put on the list was complimentary character appearances. So I read that twice. And I called Yappy, and I'm like, guys, I really want to call these people. Do they really know who we are? We are a complimentary character appearance.
Holy shit, they would have got propositions.
So
why didn't you do it?
Well, we thought about it.
Not hard enough.
We didn't think our attendees would like a $229 a night room night. That was one of the big things. But also, I think when their corporate division found out that we were going to bring hundreds, if not 1,000 fursuits onto Disney property, and they're going to be running around a hotel with Disney marquees all over the place, they might say, yeah, no. You guys, Mickey's over there, you're going way over there, and you guys you guys are going to the next county. You guys are not going to get anywhere near our characters. So, but it was interesting getting the Swan and Dolphin Resort as a Disney resort right next to Epcot, saying, Megaplex Anthropomorphic Convention, we want to host you. We'll give you free alcohol and free food and free character appearances.
We found a different place to give us free alcohol that year.
Yeah, that was the Embassy Suites here. Yeah, I just thought you guys would find it cute that they wanted to give us free character appearances. Complimentary.
That's our job.
No, but they are on Disney property and they have to abide by Disney guidelines, which Raspar can tell you, and several other people in this room can tell you, they're very stringent about character appearances. Yeah. Yeah, when I first suited at Magic Kingdom, like at Halloween, and actually have pictures on Space Mountain, and they found out how we did it, that will never ever happen again. No, I actually don't want to talk about it because I don't want people trying to skirt the rules, but Disney actually changed the rules after our year. So the loophole that we did that in will never happen again. That loophole is been closed.
Disney changes a lot of rules.
They do. As soon as they find out how furries get first six into the theme parks, they change rules. And it also was kind of funny just because the people in the theme park, the cast members, not the managers, but the cast members were like, you guys' costumes look better than some of our costumes.
I'm telling you.
So, anyhow, I do have to bow out, guys. I apologize.
Guys, I want to have a huge round of applause for as always, thank you for everything. Guys, this gentleman had the crazy idea of inviting me this weekend. KP, this has been one of the most entertaining weekends I've had at a convention in a long time. You are doing something right, guys, and I honest to God hope I can be back here with you guys next year. Thank you so much. One more time for the great
To use a microphone now? This is like a luxury.
Oh, thank you.
Hello.
Fernandez, I have a weird question to ask you.
Okay.
And KP, I think you'll appreciate hearing this question as you walk out, because we all have this story. Hey, Des.
Yes.
What happens when your convention has to share the hotel with another group?
Yes!
Well, sometimes when you share with another group, everything is fine and everyone gets along, and other times, not so much. A couple of years back at Indy FurCon, we shared the hotel with a fraternity group that was there for the weekend. No, not fraternity, that would have been fun. This was a fraternity. For some reason, like, we had our event space and they had their event space in a different area, but you know, you share the lobby, you share the elevators, so you're gonna share certain common things, but for the most part, we were staying away from each other, but in all the common areas, there was just nitpicky things happening the entire time, and it was constantly them doing things to annoy the furries. Like, we didn't hear any stories about the furries annoying them at all. But like, there was teasing and just making fun of people, and it culminated with Furry trying to get on an elevator to go down to the lobby level, and a couple of the fraternity brothers going, "Nope, you can't get on this elevator. You have to wait for the next one." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I just want to go down there." Like, "Nope, you're not allowed to ride with us." And as the doors were closing, one of the fraternity brothers yelled at this gentleman, "You ain't Rosa Parks, you're not getting on this bus." To which we decided we need to get our hotel liaison involved. What was her name?
Why don't you just describe our hotel liaison?
Tanya, thank you, yes, Tanya. A very thin, young, energetic black lady. So we brought her in and she's like, what's going on? You know, we're like, well, we're having a really good time here for the most part, but we're having some slight issues with this other group. She's like, oh, well, tell me what's going on. And we told her about several incidents that had been reported, and finally, with that last one, oh, hell no, you ain't getting on this bus. She did this. Oh, yeah! And she was like roadrunner out of the room. And like we were there, so we saw what happened. We're like, no. Within 20 minutes of her leaving that room, there were signs everywhere. All fraternity brothers, emergency meeting in our event space in half an hour. Be there. There were no more issues of a negative nature for the rest of the convention.
Hey, Daz, were there any issues of a positive nature during that convention?
I'm positive that it made it onto YouTube.
Hey, Daz, would you like to describe that YouTube video?
So, at the hotel we were at this time, all of the convention space was on the second floor. And there was a big stairway that went down to the lobby where the hotel reception desk was. And there was a big table right in the middle. And apparently, some of the furs were hanging out, having a few drinks. And some of the fraternity brothers came up and went, cheers! Okay, they started just sitting there drinking. And apparently, the fursuiters were drinking with their heads on. And the fraternity brothers started going, take it off, take it off, take it off. So the fursuiters were like, okay, put their heads off. A few more drinks, and the fursuiters were like, put it on, put it on, put it on. So the next thing you know, there are dozens of people, furs and fraternity brothers, crowded around this. Now, I was not here for this due to another story, which I won't be telling tonight, probably. But
You will. We know it.
as told to me from our head of finance, who came out of a panel called, we like to call it Mistake now, MST3K, we just call it Mistake. He walks out of the panel, and it's really late in the evening. He's like, I can't wait to go to bed. And from halfway across the hotel, he hears, drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink! And slowly walks to the top of the staircase, where there's a little balcony where you can kind of go. And he sees that. To which he looks up and sees on the other side of the staircase, there's a little, where our con-ops room, there's a little back entrance and a little tiny balcony where, you know, you can look over the lobby on the other side. And our security was head of security, head of the door side. The guy who was head of door side at Anthrocon was standing there. Remy, if you know Remy. Like Santa Claus, but murderous. And he catches our head of finance's eye, and finance goes, and Remy just goes. He looks down, and there's the hotel staff standing there taking pictures, and they look up and they go. He goes down and slowly walks past and goes up to them and goes, are you sure? And they said, they've been getting along for the first time since Thursday, let them have it. But there is a video on YouTube if you actually want to see the events that I have described. Furry Fraternity Indie FurCon 2012 or something like that. I don't remember the... Do you have the title? There's two. Awesome. Indy FurryCon 2012, frat party with furries.
And Brofest Indy FurryCon 2012.
Brofest Indy FurryCon 2012.
Please watch the second one. It's better.
I need you to understand something, because some of us have been doing this for a long time, and one of those people is the great Uncle Kage. Uncle Kage walked past this table, watching a bunch of fraternity brothers and furries drink beer. Kage walked up to the table, to which the fraternity brothers go, "Drink, lab coat!" He took his wine bottle and the official Fur Squared glass.
IFC glass.
What did I say? Shit, my bad. The official IFC glass, which does describe the glass.
It's about 3 feet tall, including the stem, and can hold 10 bottles of wine. Theoretically, we haven't tested it out yet.
He poured his bottle of wine into the glass, upturned it, and shoved.
And
That was the reaction from both frat brothers and furries alike. He waited for a moment of silence and said the most gangster thing possible. He said the single word.
amateurs.
Fred, you have not spoken up yet for a story, have you? Or did you start and we interrupted you?
I have not.
Do you have a story for us?
I have several.
It is your turn, my friend. Please regale us with one of your many tales.
Oh, there's just so many good ones. You guys are plans, you know?
Stories are fun.
Let's go for, the furry cruise.
Oh God.
So they sunk a boat. It was filled with semen and it went down.
My first time on the furry cruise, and a little bit of a backstory. Several years ago, I was bitten by a radioactive spider. And instead of getting a really, really cool superpower, I've been cursed with an abnormal digestive tract. I can clear a wound without thinking about it.
Some of the people, Scooby.
Tried being
On
there.
the cruise ship, there is ample amounts of very good food, including seafood, which I absolutely love, but it does not love me. So, being new to having a suit, it was the first suit I had. I had it for like 6 months, and I had lobster. This thing was huge, and I ate 3 of them. So we decided to go suiting on the promenade of the ship, very, very large ship. And I realized the error of my way because I started feeling sick. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm the one in the back. There's nobody behind me. I could just kind of sneak this out, and I would be just fine. I didn't realize there was somebody standing behind me. I didn't know about this until afterwards when we went and got dinner. So I just let this thing go, and I'm like, okay, well, I feel much better now. So now we're, 3 hours later, we're sitting down to dinner, and I didn't think anything of it. I just kind of let one go, and then the guy sitting next to me jumps up out of his chair and screams, "You son of a bitch! It was you!" He saw me lean over, he says, "No! When we were shooting, I was behind you, you mother..." It got stuck in my head! I was desperately trying to find a stairwell, alcove, or a store to duck into to pull the head off so he could vomit. And every time I see this gentleman now, that's the first thing out of his mouth. Says, "You better not pull that shit again!"
Holy fuck, dude. You really have to add in there, you better not pull that shit again.
Thank you for the
That's
donation.
fine.
Suggestion: worst dealer you've ever had to deal with.
No
God.
hint, not even a hint of a name or a person. Do we all agree?
Agreed.
Okay.
Does that include me?
You're fucked by sitting behind the table.
What about me?
No, you're just a terrible dealer. I don't know who said that. Who's there? Oh, no, you're cool.
That's Kenta, that's my other bitch.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's directly aimed at these
All right, we're going with these
These are bitch. What are you talking about?
Usually how we call it a short story. We are looking for no context. Your worst dealer. Can we start? You look like you're ready to go. Edit.
So we had a dealer who didn't want to clear out her setup after closing ceremonies, at least not very quickly. We're watching on our closed circuit cameras, and he goes, "Want me to get rid of her?"
Going away further, alcohol was involved.
And we go, "Sure, let's see your best." So we watch on the cameras as he walks by and does one of these. And you watch her face melt as she quickly starts scooping the stuff off her table, out into a box, and runs out of the room.
Okay, so a little extra context on this. That year with the hotel, they were going to charge a very large amount of money for every dealer that wanted to plug something in. So I was not involved in this at the time of negotiation, but some asshole said, "Oh, well, if we have an electrician do it, can we get away with not paying to have the hotel do this?" And they said, "Well, as long as they're a licensed electrician." So I spent the first 2 days of the con running to the dealer's room every 10 minutes because somebody else wanted to plug in a fucking laminator. So this person decided that she did not need to wait, and I had to drop what I was doing immediately so she could laminate something that she didn't end up doing for the first hour.
Every time she asked, he'd go, "Number 4. He'd ask again, "Number 5. Number 6. I think she made it up to 10.
11.
You have a terrifying dealer's name. And you were con chair for 3 years, if I remember correctly.
3 years as chair, yeah.
You were con chair is 3 years. What is your dealer's den story?
I didn't really deal with the dealers too much, but one in particular was very enthusiastic about wanting to be a dealer at the convention. Our convention is in August. September 1st. "Hey, I'd like to apply to be a dealer. Please let me know when dealers opens." September 5th. "Hey, I'd really like to be a dealer at your convention. Please let me know when dealers open." September 9th. "Hey, I'd really like to be a dealer. Can you please let me know when dealers open?" September 12th. Every 3 to 4 days, she would email the dealer. We hadn't even finished wrapping up finances from that year. It usually is the end of September by the time we finish our corporate cycle from the con in August to make sure everything clears. And we replied back to this dealer at least 2 of the question mark times. Dealer's Den will be opening sometime late fall to early winter, usually December to January. We will make sure to email as many people as possible, as well as post it on social media, the Twitter, everywhere that we can. October 1st. "I would really like to be a dealer at your convention. Can you please let me when it opens?" October 5th. "Please let me know when dealers open." October 7th. Oh my God. Every 3 to 5 days until we opened dealers. January 15th. At which time we took their application to be a dealer. We finally approved them in May when we approved all the dealers that year. At which point, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't make your con this year." Pardon? "Oh, Well, I mean, if I had heard back last fall, I would love to have been a dealer, but I needed to know 9 months out. You need to know 9 months out if you're an approved dealer? That is not how any furry convention works. None.
Danny, what did you have to deal with?
No, I just wanted to ask him if she mailed him after this year. This actual year.
Yeah, haven't you heard back?
Yeah. Who?
This person?
This girl.
No, we haven't heard back from her at all.
I don't think
She gave up forever.
No, I think literally was called.
Okay.
Actually,
After you don't reply to 87 emails in a 4-month time period, they suddenly think they must not want me there.
Danny, you've been, you said 2 years, right?
Yeah, we are 2 years. Our dealer's day is not big. It's probably half of this room, maybe smaller, but anyway. We have one tale to tell. It's about, I can't say names, right?
No names.
It was our guest of honor in the first year. And I did something wrong? No.
This guy and Lucy Badger need to hang out. I didn't say his name. Go ahead, Danny.
Anyway, people are complaining about your voice in the dancing place. Okay. Well, he was our guest of honor. It was year 1. And at that point, we didn't know much about furry convention. Much like now. As much as like now. But at that time, we knew nothing actually. So we were willing to praise him. So to be the best experience he could ever had. So he asked us about bringing a big TV set, two big TV sets, a computer, because he would draw, and he wanted to show his art meanwhile he was drawing. And the guy is one of the best illustrators I ever saw in my life. Really, the guy is really great. But as you see, here in conventions, we have a lot of things to pack, right? You know, and you guys use trucks even. We don't have trucks.
Wait, what?
No, we don't have trucks for our convention. We don't have money to pay a truck to bring the things. So
I thought he said drugs.
It's not mandatory, but well, police is here. Think where is police? Police is here. Take care. I have.
Please confiscate the best drugs. Let's go somewhere.
Just cross the count line. So he asked us to bring all of this, and plus, we lived in a neighbor city, and in Brazil there is something really strange that one city, the voltage we say, is 110 volts, and the other city is 220 volts. It's like Orlando is one, the city is other. Yeah, Brazil is different. And you know, southern hemisphere, it's winter when it's summer here, the water flows in the other way. Did you watch the Woodpecker?
I love
Awesome, okay. So he asked us to bring all this stuff, and you know I have a big fursuit, so one car is the fursuit. The other car was our stuff for the convention, and we need to make a lot of trips to bring a lot of stuff. And guess what? What was missing when we filled all the cars? 2 TV sets for him. So we took everything to the hotel, came back to home. We didn't have storage at that time. It was everything on my house. And bring the TV sets to the dealer's day. Placed the TV sets, got a transformer. It's transformer, we say, to change the voltage. Transformer. So we bought a transformer for the TV sets to work in the hotel. And the guy went to the dealer's den and said, I don't want to use it. I'm an art block.
Oh! Did you murder him?
No, I'm telling his history here. Sorry?
I almost killed him that year.
Yeah. But he's a good illustrator, he's a good guy, maybe a little bit lost. treble. You make the dealers then actually in the swimming pool.
Yes, having the con at a water park, our dealers ends in the hot tub, so everyone just gets thrown there. My story isn't necessarily about a dealer being bad, but just fucking with me. So, being a contra, I'm a very... Jeez, more alcohol, I got you. No free? Okay, fine. So, being a contra of a con, I've been around for 1 year. My stories are limited, but my friends who are also dealers, because I'm also a dealer, check out my home here. I have some friends that did my booth dealer for me here. I'm also a very big spastic kind of drunk when I'm doing con running because you have to get through your day.
Only when con running?
One with con running.
Come back also.
Or waking up, or going to bed, or like I said, I'm an alcoholic. Welcome to the meeting. And so, running around, and I have this cute little travel backpack that usually holds all my stuff in it, including all my money or whatever. Don't rob me because I'm a nice person. And so I'm going through dealers in, I'm like, all right, you guys okay? Need anything? Blah blah. I leave, I leave my backpack, I drop it off by a booth, my friend's booth. It might be mine, my coworker's an asshole. And I come back like, hey, did I leave my travel backpack there? And he's like, why? I'm like, I might have like 17 grand in it, and I can't find it. He's like, dude, I'm sorry, like, it's gone somewhere. I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do with this? So I'm searching the whole hall, like, searching the hall, I search the con, I go to the water park, I go to the bar, like, things where I'm normally at. I'm like, do I have my credit card here? No. Do I leave $17,000 here? No. Long story short, he waits not till the end of the day, but until I go back into work the next Tuesday to be like, oh, hey, are you missing something? I was like, well, yeah, I asked for it. He's like, oh, are you missing this? And then drops it in and dumps all the cash in quarters. Because he went to the bank and fucking changed it all out. $17,000 in quarters. And just went, oh, are you missing all of this? And just dumped it. So I was like, okay, yeah, I was missing that. He's like, you better count and make sure all 17 grand there, because I counted the cash before I turned in the quarters. So, needless to say, I never let that vendor back in, and, well, I do this to work for me, but, yeah. So yeah, my vendors are more assholes than me, but,
So we had a few questions get paid to be asked. The first one we're going to go with is, once again, we're going to we used to call this slightly quick fire. Your stories need to go under a minute because we only have 20 minutes left to this panel.
I have a whole script here.
I have no idea what time it is. My phone either didn't update or I didn't know that. So whatever.
Can't do it free.
Who comes to make a question and make a donation will get a bottle from Reserve Fest.
Stop hoarding
$5.
No, you pour out your gun as much as you can.
Come with $5 and you get a bottle. Make it good. 20. Whoa, there are more swag. Play music before swag.
I have 50%.
We'll do radio calls in a minute. Do radio calls.
Wow, look at this.
Okay, I don't think I have bottles for everyone. Put there.
Put it in the...
Oh, the blue one. Yeah, go for it. Who else? Okay, you got a bottle, you want a bottle, yeah, you got a bottle. I think it's the last.
This is how Condom Brazil really fucking
Yeah. Okay. Got a bottle. It was autographed by him. Oh, thank you. I should have used this one. Yes. I have a last one. Okay. What is the question? What is the question?
Panelists, the question is...
No, he paid for the question.
We have a bunch of people.
So,
The
questions.
last minute change that had to be made at your company.
I've got one for this year.
If you can say it without throwing anyone under the bus, you may mention.
I won't mention the company's name, so it's fine.
Can I blame my hotel?
Starts with Coca and finishes his cola.
So, how many of you bought a T-shirt from Megaplex?
Oh God. Every year.
They were, not only was the same company our shirt printer, they were supposed to be our comic book printer, our pocket guide printer, our staff guide printer, and our poster printer.
How'd that go for you?
2 weeks ago, I had to find a last-minute comic book printer, and then I had to go help him print shirts at his house. Personally mixing the dyes. And then I got the last shirt Tuesday at 2 a.m. Sorry, technically Wednesday at that point.
It's early, actually. It's early. Last year we got 3 hours after the opening ceremony. No, it was not this. It was 3 hours before the opening ceremony.
Actually, it was the day after, the morning after the opening ceremony.
The morning after the opening ceremony.
You sure have me beat.
Yeah, rookie.
Okay. So I've got two quick changes. So being a first year con in the water park, and I love Wisconsin. If you've been there, go there. But the middle northern half, I've learned, is not very. They're very friendly, but this hotel wasn't. So a week before my con starts, I'm told, okay, we have to have a meeting about your convention. I'm like, oh shit, what do they do? So we have this meeting, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't really, like, before we signed the contract, really understand what furries were. I'm like, okay, so I brought my fursuit, my kigu, and all my stuff to this meeting. And all of a sudden, they're very Disney-like. They're like, oh, well, we have mascots too, so you can't have mascots at the con. I'm like, okay, so what does this mean? And I had to go and get signs real quick, and it wasn't expensive, luckily, but my con would not let my fursuiters go if they were in fursuit from the con space to the hotel in fursuit. They wouldn't let them go from the con space to the other hotel because it's connected. They wouldn't let them go to the water park, the arcade, the function space, outside, inside. The only space that are allotted was our little 30,000 square foot section, where I had to put little signs and had to have higher security because, oh, that's the second part. I spent $12,000 on higher security last minute. I said I needed that because they were worried about threats coming to the con hotel. To go get them, be like, oh, hey, sorry, you have to have higher security to say that these people cannot cross this area. So we had to have fursuits change either in the fursuit lounge or get escorted back to the extra building that was on the back side. The Sands building that, you know, that came here. They came to our hotel room preemptively to say, hey, you have a noise complaint. Like, we've been quiet the whole time. So yeah, that was my worst change over the last minute. So 12 grand and a bunch of fursuits later, we had a con.
And where's the last minute change?
Pretty much a very similar situation. Ironically, the year following the previous story, we had our contract all set and ready to go, or so we thought, and when we got it back, they had snuck a clause into it from corporate, not from the hotel itself. Corporate somehow told them none of our fursuiters would be allowed anywhere outside of the convention space, not in the lobby, not in the elevators or anything, and we were like, what? And they were like, well, this information came down to us the morning, like an hour before opening ceremonies on Friday. So we had to tell everyone opening ceremonies, yeah, so you can fursuit everywhere up here, but you can't be down at the lobby, you can't go down and go outside, you can only fursuit here and then up to your room. And we were like, what the heck? Well, the hotel staff was like, we tried to get that removed because we know you guys, but apparently corporate had gotten a hold of the video from YouTube and was like, we do not want to encourage this behavior in our lobby. So keep to your convention space. So we had to explain to everyone, and there ended up being, the hotel was like, you can fursuit in the lobby after dark, so like at 7 p.m. or later, but during business hours you can't, because they have a lot of businessmen that frequent the bar and bring clients there, and we don't want to be bothered. So we're like, oh really? There's, like I said before, there's that huge staircase that comes down into the lobby. And at 6:59 p.m., the staircase was literally covered in fursuiters, running down to the lobby 1 minute early in protest.
raise your hand. She is
Yes.
I think she's putting you dehydrated because alcohol here.
This is not alcohol.
Yes, it is.
Very
Yes.
And I have to apologize for eating on stage, but I've had maybe one meal today and a donut. So
That's not our fault.
Hey, General 621.
con chairs go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, we do. I eat once today, so you don't feel bad. I'm not running this thing. You can have it.
Please, 6-1, please.
It is 6 shots of whiskey, 2 shots of rum, and 1.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
And 1 General shot. It's because
Sorry,
We're trying to set a panel here. If you don't.
So
What's the next?
last minute changes, one of them just happened, and I apologize. That's what I'm talking to my friend over here for. I apologize about that, guys. Last minute changes.
I don't think you're talking about your last minute change.
You know, we have a 2-year rule. You haven't told us about your last minute change, though.
Well, as everything in South America, everything is weird there, especially for you from here. Well, we make our opening and closing ceremonies like it was the Olympic Games without money. So we try to make all those artistic things with, I don't know, paperboard and yeah.
This is what she does.
You want fries?
She has 4 types of alcohol. I'm sorry.
How many options of alcohol you have?
I am playing mobile bartender right now because this is one of those life skills I picked up, and I know these boys are thirsty as fuck and they need to keep you entertained.
It's actually taking her 2 minutes to list off everything she has with her.
In her pockets.
Jello shots, 4 alcohols, mixers, and I'm asking my boys what they need to drink and eat.
A round of applause. Just pick Coca-Cola.
Okay, he just gave me dealer's choice.
Say goodbye to your liver.
Get out of the kitchen.
Where my slack this
Thank you, Mrs. Stronger. Now, back to what I was saying. We try to make all the ceremonies in an artistic way, but of course we don't have a lot of money, but we try to make it very emotional.
Wait. What was that?
I made this script to make it funny. We're killing my timing all the time. Thank you. Just kidding. And I was not playing it. I have other tales that are funny. This one is not that good.
Serious, right?
Yeah. No, it's kind of. And, well, at the end of the ceremony, I try to make it end in a very high, even raising the voice. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get like a round of applause for all the firsts, because without firsts, you don't have convention, blah, blah, blah. And suddenly, one guy from Paraguay was coming like this.
Remember, it was in a wheelchair.
Give me, but in Spanish. Dame. And I was, what the fuck is this guy coming? And you are thinking, oh, you can run, you can move in the stage. I was in a wheelchair. I was wheelchair, man. I couldn't move. And all my security guys were crying because of the beautiful words I was saying, like, thank you. And the guy kept coming and stole the microphone from my hand in the very end of my speech, like, thank you, see you next. Por favor, quiero que todos que están acá, vamos a todos hacer un aplauso para los furros que hablan español. And all Brazilians, me, everybody, all the English-speaking people who were there were like, what the fuck? And the guy asked it, a big round of applause for furries who speak Spanish. He did, I'm not asking, please. I mean, really still angry with him. And, well, I had no options. So the guy said all the crap he wanted to say in Spanish. And at the end I said, thank you, you got a notice? You say? What? No, not banning. We have a rule to not ban people during the call, only after the call. They only get a kick. So I gave them less than kick. What is that? Notice?
Warning.
A warning. I gave him a warning and say you will never do this again, otherwise.
The worst thing is, he didn't only ask for applause for all the Spanish speaking people, he got them all
on the stage. He brings all of them to stage. He's speaking Spanish.
Oh my God!
It's even worse. I don't know why they put the tongue out of the mouth to speak Spanish. It's something I still don't realize why. Because I speak Spanish.
Hugging and jumping.
Yeah, hugging and jumping in Spanish was terrible. And it was first in space. I was really wanting them to go to space. That's my oral story in Spanish. All people from Latin America who are all invited to visit us at Brazil for a fest in 2 weeks. We make panels in Spanish.
He's got flyers here if you guys want some.
Did everyone go for that one?
Sorry?
Yeah.
There were no Mexicans. So they couldn't leave the country because there is a wall in Honduras too.
Last minute changes.
All right then, last minute changes, go!
Okay, this one actually occurred last year, and I can tell it because it doesn't involve us as much as it involves the fire department. Whenever we do lasers and projection, we have to do permitting. And it's a pain in the ass, which was all submitted in triplicate.
Lost it, found again.
They lost it, lost it again, found it a third time, and they said, oh, yeah, well, we're good. So Thursday, we're getting ready to start up here. 3 o'clock, I called the fire department and said, hey, where is your people? Where is the inspection? Oh, well, we're missing a form, and we're not coming out to inspect. I said, well, this seems to be a bit of a problem. He said, yeah. I said, you need somebody out here. I said, we need this form. So I very frantically, in 15 minutes on very shitty Wi-Fi with my laptop, had to rewrite the entire laser safety plan because all of my paperwork was at work. I did 3 weeks worth of work in 45 minutes. And here I am writing the permitting for next year already.
Because I wouldn't do it.
Asshole.
You want the keychain? He's giving you a keychain.
What's next?
What's the next question?
Put $2. I want to tell a tale. Put $2 there. Yeah. It's very short. It's very short. We were in the first parade. I was with my doctor, so I didn't see these happening. But we hired a very nice camera crew to film our first parade, even with drone. We spent a lot of money with marketing, as you can see. Yeah, we hired a very nice company to film our first parade and the convention. But at a certain point, one of the guys was not aware what furry fandom is, never saw a fursuiter in his life. No, it's not horror, it's funny actually. And the guy was really shiny eyes with everything. The guy got really fan of fursuiters. And when I was after the convention, editing the video, getting all the footage, and I was editing the first parade, the guy. Because the first parade video is with a song in the background, but I have the raw footage, so I can hear everything that was happening at the moment. And the camera guy was really happy. Oh my God, come on, yes, go away, go ahead, go straight. And people in the pursuits were normal, like, yeah, Bye-bye. And the guy wanted it to be, how can I say? Uplift, energetic, yeah. So the guy said, yeah, for Swiss, come on, smile. We changed our slogan to Brazil for Fest, the second happiest place on earth.
Alright, we're going to go into 2 quick fire rounds because both of these questions have been asked by people who threw money in the hat. First quick fire round, everyone up here. I don't want a story. I want an out of context sentence. That will express to the audience why this wasn't going to work out. Okay, once again, out of context sentence that expresses to the audience why this wouldn't work. Worst staff member.
Just kidding.
Are you guys his staff? We're totally taking later. I want to hear stories about Danny.
It's even more
Alright, sentence.
I mean, even worse in Portuguese.
Out of context sentence, somebody who probably shouldn't have been on staff. I will start it off, and I quote, I just did this to be guest of honor. That was a wonderful night. Who's got out of context quote for a staff member that you probably should have made staff? Pandas!
2 years underage, blasted drunk, in staff uniform on the convention floor.
We didn't call the police, they sent me. I was more drunk. Anyone else out of context quote? Hit him.
I can't tell it because it's this year.
Do not try to get stories from this year. There's a reason we have the 2-year thing. If he says it, someone might know what he's referring to. This panel is not about hurt feelings. It's about stories and learning experiences.
Wait.
They haven't fucking learned from this year yet.
It's not for 2 years.
North.
Bye. We are only 2 years old.
You're safe because you're in Brazil.
I'm like 1 year old in Wisconsin. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you're like 10 years old in other places. Anyone else out of context quote, he shouldn't have been on staff all the way at the end? Go!
I have one. I made a mess with your flag.
Wait, say that again.
I made a mess with your flag.
Wait, are you talking about me? So,
Hold on, at the end.
This is a good one.
Is this guy against dress code?
Say it again.
Is this guest against dress code?
Jesus.
No, he's fine. He's hot. It's okay.
I knew which one that was, and that's still not okay. Every convention has one of the, he is totally against dress codes, and somebody on the board of directors go, yeah, but look at his pecs.
I have one with, I don't know how to speak on megaphone. That's accurate.
It's really an SFW.
If it's, I think at this point we're okay with a little bit of 18 plus, right?
Yes.
A single hand up, and guys, do not be embarrassed. Is there anyone here that wants us to keep this PG-13?
Why?
All right, fuck everyone. Let's do this.
Watch your fucking language!
Do it.
So I have a career room. So I come from the anime con world where our guests get a career room, whatever. And so,
So we can go now, right?
my staffer was great. So my staffer said, condoms and lube and you used it, pay me back.
What?
Oh, what?
Say it again.
My green room staffer said I paid for the condoms and lube and you wouldn't pay for it, you used it, pay me back.
Oh my God.
Alright, so that happened.
Wow.
Alright, now this one, we're gonna go to an old tradition of this panel, guys. Every one of us wants to tell the story, but you are not allowed to. Here we go. Out of context radio quotes.
We don't have a radio. Stop putting it. Please donate and ask questions. You're putting wrong teams, wrong subjects.
Would you guys please?
Our convention.
I will fly radios and condoms out to you.
No, condoms, we have condoms.
Also,
Pause, you pervert. That is Brazil. I was told you guys do not use condoms.
my staff will pay for it.
What's the capital of Brazil? You don't know anything about Brazil, so stop. And it's Brasilia.
Alright, so out of context, convention quotes. For those of us that have radios, you may say whatever the fuck you want because you're kind of awesome.
Our convention center is not big, so we can look at each other.
I'm totally imagining him tying ribbons to carrier pigeons.
It's too small to even fly pigeons.
He's tying them to dead carrier pigeons and throwing them.
Actually, we use the megaphone, but one of the staff does not know how to.
Call the registration at YouTube.
That's true. And worse, we have two staff. Just a second, Vanessa. We have two staff. One of the staff does not know how to speak on the megaphone, and her boyfriend knows how to speak on megaphone. He was with megaphone, and he was not using but screaming with the megaphone down during the first parade. They were made for the other one.
Made for each other.
Yeah, made for each other. Love is beautiful. Stop complaining. A round of applause for the couple. She's almost crying there.
Alright, panelists who happen to have fucking radios that they're coming. Guys, out of context radio quotes, we're starting with Pandesco.
This is staff to convention operations. This is ConOps. Should we do anything about the people juggling fire on the back patio? This is legal going off radio.
This is hotel. This is security to hotel. Go for hotel. When did you add a water feature? We haven't. Okay, just thought you should know.
Engineering/security at the end, you got one for us?
AV to whoever. Okay, go ahead. There's no lights in the main ballroom. Okay, did you try turning them on? Yeah, everyone's kind of stampeding out the door.
What the fuck?
Somebody tripped over the extension cord.
That's not how lights work!
This is why they hired me.
I've got nothing in this one.
No, dude, that's fine. Dude, these are just random questions. Something like you're lucky enough to not have had a radio incident. I am lucky enough to not have a major radio incident, but I have a lot of radios, a lot of different conventions, so we're going to go to a different one for 2 in a row, legitimately back to back. This is hospitality suite to security. Has anyone put out the fire? This is con chair hospitality suite. Do you mean the barbecue? Yes, I do. Please call it a fucking barbecue. 5 minutes later. This is con store operations. We're going to need more poppers at the con store. This is con chairman to con store. Do you mean those plastic novelty popping discs? This is con store, yes I do. Please call them novelty plastic popping discs. This is con chairman going off radio. Anyone else out of context radio quotes? Because there is one more that's just terrible. We're gonna go. Oh, do you have one? Only if you have a microphone. Come on up, my dear. Come on up. Now you are Brazil first. What's your name? Betsy, would you please? Betsy, I'm a little deaf. Would you please take this? Don't forget, you have to remember. There you go.
They don't have radios. They don't know how this works.
You're going to be making that noise.
I'll make it for you. I'll make it for you.
So I'm at the Super Sponsor Luncheon, and I used to take care of a lot of things at the con. So suddenly, can you come down ASAP, please? And what's going on? Someone is asking me what $100 can get them. Okay, I'm coming down. In the end, some foreigners.
Just a point, we cannot accept any foreign currency in Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was a hooker store.
That is why it's out of context. The context was, they wanted to buy merchandise at the con store, they had $100. They came to the table and said, what this can get me? And the person who was replacing me at the con store was absolutely panicking and didn't know.
Actually, $100 can get them nothing. Because he can't accept their $100. So they need to make the exchange happen.
My all-time favorite, and I can't help but tell this story for every once in a while. You are remembered why it's worth taking the radio and giving up your convention to help the convention be better. Because you get to hear gems like this. This is security to charity? This is charity, go ahead. There's a half-naked charity bear asleep on the information counter. Please advise. This is charity going off radios. This is operations. Please repeat. You heard me. This is Alkali going to the scene of the crime. Alkali stay still. I'm watching. This is con chairman. What is going on? You heard us. Is he unconscious? Kind of. This is security moving on to Charity Bear. We will move him to his room. later. As its convention chairman to staff, there's a party going on with half-naked charities. This is security. We have relieved John Chairman of his radio. Thank you very much and good night.
Let's get it, David.
All right, so we had a few more donations. Des, you had a question that came up. I do apologize. I forgot it. I'm drunk.
The weirdest.
Sunday at closing ceremonies.
Yeah, Sunday closing ceremonies. Better time.
Labor of love when we enjoy running cons. When Sunday is over, you fuckers all go home. I mean, during the parade, and we love you all.
All right, hold on. I totally know what you mean. Here's the trick, guys. You do what anyone on this table does. You live for that moment on Sunday, and we all do. That moment on Sunday where you see the charity numbers come to fruition. You see the look on your attendee's face when they realize that the event that you helped put on is over. That is the exact right answer, but that's not the one he is looking for. We are going to go into what was that moment outside of the amazement, which is closing ceremonies, outside of the reward for what we get from throwing these things. What is that moment specifically for you that made you realize, holy shit, everything I have done to lead up to this moment was worth it?
I can tell you one from yesterday or 2 days ago. Well, we set up Brazil for Fest 3 years ago, and it was very challenging. It was very challenging to set up the convention in Brazil. We are the first to be in a hotel. It has Brazil had a furry camp, much like Faro. They are big rivals to us, but anyway, we faced a lot of challenges to be there. We made year 1, year 2. We came here to Megaplex last year. Some of you guys saw us here, yeah.
Hey.
But I think the most emotional moment for me was yesterday when I was outside the DoubleTree Hotel and I saw the Brazil for Fest flagging in the pole outside the hotel. Despite the fact it's not accurate.
Remember how he said that someone screwed up his flag?
Yeah.
He sent images, he sent the files to me to have the flag locally. And they included the background that he put on the proof that he wanted along the edge of the flag.
Yeah, we have this sample, a Photoshop sample, waving in the front of the hotel. A beautiful drop shadow on our logo. It's really 3D. A round of applause to our countryman, Hino.
I literally called him up and went, you're gonna hate me.
But it was very emotional to see after 3 years of work, hard work to set the convention, to see that we are getting known abroad and people are coming from other countries to Brazil. And at that moment I was trying to see the flag waving because, no wind in this hotel. You paid $300 for nothing.
You found the one 15-minute period where there was no wind. But the room overlooks it.
I will tell you something that will make you really upset. I have a window in my room facing the flag. There is no wind in this hotel. You paid $100 and the flag didn't wave it since the convention started. Not ours, not yours.
It's hilarious because the day before the convention started, the wind and the rain was so bad that the palm trees were bending sideways.
But actually, now talking seriously, it was a kind gesture of Megaplex. We are trying to set up a kind of sister cons partnership, so that's why our team is here as staff to see the dynamics of this convention and take all the horror stories back to Brazil to not use it there. Just kidding, it's the opposite, of course. We are here to see the good things Megaplex does, and it is a lot of good things, and we are learning a lot here. So once again, now a big round of applause for Megaplex for being such a great convention. Such a great convention. Thank you Hill, for everything, really, thank you.
I'll hold mine off till the end because I don't want to trump anyone.
No.
Who's got what's going on?
He's good.
Go ahead.
Okay, so several years ago, we had a couple of, a mother and her 2 children walk into the lobby of the hotel because they had seen some suitors outside. They were at the CC's across the street and they had to see what was going on. They wanted to see what was going on over here. So they came over and our security would not let them pass the lobby because it was con space and they didn't have badges. And this mother could not afford to take her children in. And before we could get a board member or an associate director out there to see what we could do, a swarm of fursuiters came out to the lobby and started playing with these children. And before they knew what hit them, our attendees paid for them to have sponsor level memberships for that year.
Wow.
And we had a 6 and 7-year-old fursuiter.
The mother had actually made the fursuits herself. And they were beautiful. And Fox and Moore ended up giving the kids his melodica.
Melodica, yeah. Melodica, yeah. What is that?
It's like a mouth harp with a piano keyboard.
Yeah, it's like a mouth keyboard. Yeah. Does anybody have a picture of that? Because I'm having a very hard time. Yeah, you don't have that. This is Google.
So going on this emotional train, I had a couple people come up at a club in Wisconsin, and they came up all their badges. It was a very similar emotional feeling. Oh, like my kids are into this. Thank you for coming out. And I just want to thank you for putting a con out here, for helping my kids feel better because they get bullied at school, and then they didn't feel accepted. And this was a place where they came out and felt like they could do themselves. They could be happy, they could have fun, and God, it gets me emotional every time I think about it. I'm just like, well, thank you for putting this con on and being out here and doing this for us and doing this for furries to come out and to have a fun time. And I wish I could put a fun, happy joke to this, but it was just really the mother started crying. I'm just like, all the money, all of the furry stuff, all of the fun, fuzzy shit doesn't mean shit when that mom came up and started crying. Her kids were able to be some more accepting, and that's at that point Saturday at about 5:30 p.m. And I remember that specifically because I was sitting in panel room 2 in my con at a legal panel because it was about trademarks and stuff, something not kid friendly. And the mom came up after that and said, "Thank you for putting this con on." And that's the moment where I felt like we're doing something good for our community. And anybody else could have been drunk, passed out, and fucked this thing up, but that parent with those children made it worth everything that I did, hard work, the stupid con saying first years can't be nowhere else. That's what made it good.
All right, asshole, over here.
My question is, despite all the fires that we have to put out, despite all the chaos, how has being a con chair changed your life?
I go to AA because of it.
We'll put that. You're still on.
No, let's skip. Let's
I'm doing this.
Being
launch, I go to AA meetings and cry.
The Sunday of the first year that I was chairman of IFC, I walked into operations just before closing ceremonies, and the head of Dorsai came up and said, "You need to read this. Someone left a letter for IFC." And I'm like, "Oh no, what happened?" Like, someone was so upset or angry, they actually wrote out a letter. I sat down and I read the following. "Finally home. Amidst all the place I have called home, the place with all the people I call family is the furry fandom. As I have said before, these furs are not part of a simple fandom. They belong to a wonderful family that, yes, has its share of issues, but always, from my own observation, is handled with complete respect. My own physical family doesn't always do that. I have come to see that I no longer have to feel alone, which does not happen even when I know I have my wonderful family of furries to walk and talk to for guidance. I may not ever have anything more to contribute to these furs than a simple hug, but I do have something more, my words and my ability to put them to use. So this story, poem, or whatever you wish to call it is, say, you have a home here, and you are welcome to stay. I am finally home. I dedicate this to my family of furries around the world." And I broke down right before closing ceremonies.
So fuck all y'all.
So we have one from last year. We had, how many of you know what Make-A-Wish is?
They try not to cry in the airplane. Don't make these again.
So last year there was a family in the hotel who was here for Make-A-Wish. They were actually going to SeaWorld. The child saw all the fursuiters, all the furries walking around and said, "Can I stay and go to the convention instead?" Make-A-Wish reached out to us, of course. We said yes, and we walked them around the dealer's den, we walked them around the convention. They got tons of swag. The kid actually he decided he wanted to make a persona. He was a boxer named Tyson. But what really got down to it was during the first shoot, or photo shoot, at right before we were supposed to have the parade. Unfortunately, it rained. What ended up happening kind of rocked a lot of us. The mother broke down crying. She broke down crying because her son had an inoperable brain tumor that had robbed him of the ability to feel any emotion. This was the first time in 6 weeks she had seen him smile. Both the child and his brother were given lifetime memberships to the convention and are welcome back at any time.
No hesitation.
Come on, there, Ichabod.
The power of money compels you. The power of money compels you.
Alright, well, fuck all y'all. Here's the thing, guys. All of us up here, we don't know why we started. There's moments where we think we know, but we don't. The reason for starting, running, chairing, staffing, volunteering for a convention, it's all because of that one moment. And you just got to hear a bunch of it. And honestly, after hearing all that, can Can any of you say that you wouldn't do the same fucking thing?
No.
Well, you're fucking smarter than us, smartass.
Do you want to be the next concert?
We give you all of our conventions, asshole!
Who here wants to
You
get a
better
concert?
get a lot of cocaine and Valium, because you're gonna need it. It comes down to this. Everything that you guys told are the reasons. Every reason why we do this. But then there's the moments that we don't want to talk about, that show what the community is made of. Everything that you guys just showed is why we are what we are. We are furries. We're not anime, we're not bronies, we're not anything. We are furries, and that's its own term. But it doesn't matter, because you know what? There's always going to be bad eggs. We're not going to mention them, but we all know it exists. There was a convention that happened recently that a group of those bad eggs got together. Those bad eggs walked the hallways. Those bad eggs found a 7-year-old child. A 7-year-old that had bought their fursuit out of Target. Yes, what are they called? Thank you. They knew what furries were. They bought a mask, they put it on, and they went to what I consider to be one of the great furry conventions out there. And these pieces of shit, these people who have no place in the furry fandom, made fun of a 7-year-old child. And none of us found out about it. But the convention did. You guys did. The attendees of the con. And we have the Twitter logs to show it. You need to understand something. We are up here because we chose to run conventions. You are in the audience because you're furries. You are the greatest people on the planet. And I've been saying that for years. But the day I was able to read a Twitter log and realize no board of directors, no staff, no volunteers, furries, no security, furries, pure and simple, found out that a 7-year-old furry was made fun of for wanting to attend a convention, not understanding. When they walked in that door, they thought they knew what furry was, and they got to experience us. They came in with a store-bought head and thought, I'll be part of this community, and they learned what we were. And by the time security, staff, board of directors, volunteers found out about this, the attendees, you, had purchased a 7-year-old a $1,300 fursuit. I will be part of this fandom till I die because of the last 10 minutes of this panel. Also, don't ever forget this. It's very important for those of you who are okay enough with yourselves to cry. Tears are urine, so all of you are fucking into water sports. To the furry fandom! I can't feel my face!
Drink more, it'll help.
So, yeah, give me some Valium and cocaine. Wow, you're a terrible salesperson. Alright, somebody else fucking talk.
Just punch him in the face once.
Do we have any more questions?
You know,
Please
there were questions.
Mr. Rowe.
Oh, I will tell this story to remind you that every once in a while the furry fandom throws you a curveball, and you should just accept that and move on.
You turn your own mic off, maybe we need hers.
No, I turned it back up. There was reverb. We all have to start in the furry fandom at some place, and I started off just like all of you. A Ford college student who wanted to go to furry fandoms got onto web pages and said, hey, if we all work together, we can ride share and share a room. Well, you guys fucked me. There I was in the middle of Ohio. We had just done a rest stop. It was the third rest stop, which I find weird. And as we're driving along in the car, I thought somebody was wrapping a present. Because what I heard from the back seat could only be described as crinkling. I was contemplating this, boys. Smell hit me. Now, I deal with a lot of things differently. We are, for the most part, adults here. If you have something you enjoy, fucking you do you. Never let anyone tell you otherwise, because that is what you enjoy, and fuck anyone who doesn't get it. But don't shit in my car. I will defend to the death any legal enjoyment that you enjoy, but don't shit in my car. I don't care what you're wearing. Thick jeans. Depends. Always. Don't shit in my car! So this gentleman over here paid me for the crinkle story, and all I will say is, do whatever the fuck you want, but be respectful to those around you, aka don't shit in their car!
So, just to make sure we're caught up on questions that have been paid for,
Yeah.
real quick, on the subject of cars and insurance, you were asked to tell that story as well.
I was, but I have just gone twice in a row. Let's go over to somebody else. Let's not.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, you made us cry. Thank you.
I cried too with me, it's fair.
That makes me feel better.
Give us a story.
You want mine?
I've got a question.
You've been to cons? Come on, give us something.
You want me to tell you?
Strawberry, you got a story? Strawberry!
Shut the hell up, you crazy What do you want to hear a story about? Because I got lots of them. Do you want to hear con stories?
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to hear the legend of the snack squad?
Yeah.
Alright, as you know, I walk around with a basket of treats every night of con and feed you drunk fuckers.
Thank you again.
One, because I absolutely love you, and two, because I used to work bartending and security, so I know what alcohol does to the body. And sometimes a honey bun is the most orgasmic thing you will get in the night. So I fell into this fandom, quite literally, I fell into this fandom about 3 years ago. My brother-in-law, Kyle, I am old and married, by the way. My brother-in-law, Kyle, wanted to come to this convention. He was very hush-hush and did not want to tell anybody about it. But my mother-in-law, being the crazy psycho that she is, and this is the one time that I am very thankful for the crazy psycho, said, Kyle, you cannot go to Orlando by yourself without an escort. My brother-in-law was, he's 22 now, so 3 years ago, 19. She told him he was not allowed to go unescorted to Orlando. So I looked let's do this. Let's take a weekend vacation. We'll go to the woodshed, you can spank my ass, we can do some shopping, it'll be fabulous. So, I figured out, and I put two and two together throughout our weekend, where he was and what he was doing. So I started Googling, and I was looking at videos of Megaplex, and I went, oh my God, these are my people. I literally was absolutely so impressed because I literally try to live my life every day being of love and light and just bringing a little goodness in the world, because right now, let's face it, the world is kind of shit. So I looked at my husband and I was like, okay, Sunday we gotta pick him up from closing ceremonies. Let's sneak in. So I snuck into... It's okay. So I snuck into closing ceremonies when you guys were... Where were you, 3 years ago? No, 4 years ago.
Marriott.
This is my third. Marriott. I snuck into closing ceremonies, and of course I did it in my sneaky way.
I don't know this.
You don't know this. I actually walked in to the info desk in there, and I said, hi, I'm here to pick up my brother-in-law. Would it be possible if I just stood at the door and listened in while I wait for him? And your staff was very nice. They said, absolutely, we understand. So I stood at the door, and I'm listening, and I'm watching everybody talk, and I'm like, wow, these people are so cool. And they went, next year, for our anniversary, we're going to the Embassy Suites. And I looked at my husband and went, we're going. And everybody knows, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
So we decided to plan our vacation. I said, Connie, let's go do this. This is so cool. So my first year, I put in for a panel. Actually, I put in for two. I put in for the Bang Panel and the After Dark. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make an impression because that's what I do. I make an impression. And I dealt with things like having to deal with PR and having to tone myself down ever so slightly to make sure that nobody got in trouble. But it was the best. Are you serious? It was the first? Oh, I took your adult panel virginity. Yes! I am so happy about that because I started a revolution and that's awesome. So I had this brilliant idea. Friday after I delivered these panels, I passed out. I was so damn tired. I woke back up and I was like, let's do something. I want to get drunk. Now, mind you, I do not drink a lot. When I do, it's usually at this convention or my wedding. But I really am not a drinker. So we were starting to get a little tipsy, and I realized that my roommate Jordan Jadakai, you will see her around on the motor scooter, had bought way too many snacks for the convention. We had 2 Sam's Club reusey bags full. We tend to overpack for conventions. I still have too many snacks in my room this year. So I looked at Jordan and I said, I brought my serving tray. Now I serve my husband his dinner on a tray mainly because I like paper plates. And if you've ever tried to carry a paper plate full of hamburger helper through the house, it's a trip hazard when you have 4 cats. So I loaded up my serving tray with popped popcorn and M&M's divvied out into little baggies and all that good shit. And I said, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ride that elevator up and ride that elevator down. And we're gonna find all the room parties and we're gonna be the snack squad. And we're gonna see if we can trade these snacks for some booze. Because Mama Bear needs to get her drink on. So I went up and I went down and I knocked on doors and went, hi, snack squad, I'm a strawberry. I brought snacks by. I just want to check on you and see how you do. I was staffing before I was staff. So I spent the next 4 hours trading snacks, checking on people for booze and alcohol. I went up the next morning and went, oh my God, that was brilliant. Let's do it again. So the next year, I armed myself with a supersized IKEA bag of snacks and my basket. And every night when I got off my shift, I would take my pack of cigarettes and I would walk around and go, snack squad, Miss Strawberry, take a snack. And God forbid if somebody refused.
You don't refuse her. Nope.
No. If you refuse a snack for me, this is what you get. If you say further you do not want the snack, I mean, why don't you want the snack? I paid good money for this snack to feed you. If you refuse again, I look at you and in the nicest mama bear tone I can come up with, eat the snack. And most people at that point take the snack and run. Because I was raised by a southern grandmother who did not refuse food in her house. You never left her house hungry. You never left her house tired. You were always taken care of. So now, I made it a point that I have a nice, 46 quart, bullshit standard size, moving tote. I go to Dollar Tree every year, and I don't put box snacks in there. I take them out of the box, and I fill that motherfucker up. And I get my plastic baskets out, and I organize it into 4 nights. And then I walk around like, snack squad, have a snack. Please eat these. And my goal is to empty that basket. Because I worked security, because I worked as a bartender, I'm looking for drunk people that I can feed and I can check on. And the beautiful thing is, because I have so many interactions with you guys, I can tell who needs assistance, who doesn't, who just needs somebody to talk to. And that is the legend of the snack squad. And as long as Kino permits it, it will continue forever. Thank you, Kino.
And this is why we don't refuse. Round of applause for Strawberry again. Why we don't refuse, which she says, do you want something? And it's yes, ma'am, and how much?
Good luck finding your own snack squads.
And here you go. Microphones are all back on. Bam.
All right, gentlemen, I think I owe a few stories, so before we go to the insanity, let's do an old favorite from the late, great Takaza, one of the originators of this panel. Guys, we are furries. We are furries. I would love for you to give me, in 1 paragraph or less, the furry family. Furry? Let's start over on the other side of the table. What is, to you, the furry family?
A drunken, crazy insanity that makes me feel at home.
Basically.
Going over to the other side of the table, my friend. In a paragraph or less, what is the furry fandom?
Well, let me take this real quick and I'll tell you.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, liquid courage, we gotta talk because I'm not a very outspoken guy. Okay, in a paragraph?
Or less.
Or less, oh fuck. Okay, I was gonna go all more, but... Less Kage put in there, right? Okay, so... the furry... good one. The furry fandom's home. The furry fandom is...
First it was the light.
What was the question?
What is the capital of Brazil?
Rio de Janeiro.
Brasilia.
Give us your pitch. What is the furry fandom? In a paragraph or less.
The furry fandom is excommunicated anime kids in Brazil. The furry fandom is a place where we call home, where we call that we are friends, a place that we can all meet, hang out, and have fun together. The furry fandom is a place where everyone gets a hug, a place where everyone gets to be friends, to hang out, to meet, and say hi. We have the best and worst meetup side. We get out of here, close the door. He's one of my love and recreation, so let me understand it.
It's already more than 1 paragraph.
Was that one paragraph?
Yeah.
Was that one paragraph?
Yes.
That's the furry fandom.
You can go there from Wisconsin.
The long and short is that being from Wisconsin, I'm drunk and I love you guys. And I can talk until they tell me to shut up. But that's what the furry fandom is to me. You
perfect community I ever met.
He should show us.
And does.
The furry fandom is black, white, and every shade of color in between. The furry fandom is gay, straight, and every spectrum in between. The furry fandom is Republican, Democrat, and every political aspect you can think of. The furry fandom is people from every socio-political, genetic, whatever walk of life you can think of. And we're all here together hanging out because we think Bugs Bunny is hot.
Finally, our convention chairman. What is the furry fandom?
The furry fandom to me is all those bastards that keep me from feeling sorry for myself throughout the year because I don't have bloody time to.
You're welcome.
Strawberry, I saw you sit down.
So it's my turn. What's up?
Strawberry, what is the furry fandom to you?
Come to the mic.
I didn't mean to intrude on your panel for the first part.
You've given us booze, you talk.
Guys, do we want Strawberry here?
I love you guys, but I am nothing special.
Strawberry! There are a few of us at this table who run this panel for mine, and I'm sure everyone else at this table, if we are listed as the panelists running this, you have a permanent invite to join us, please.
I am both humbled and honored.
Next
by
panel
that
in Brazil in 2 weeks.
I don't know if I can get my visa through. I feel so bad because Danny invited
we
me to
can put
Brazil.
you in some bag in airplane. You go already. It's South America after all.
Well, then come to Denver in 3 weeks and get high. It's legal there.
Danny invited me to Brazil last year, and I felt terrible because I've been dealing with health issues, and I had to put that trip on hold. And nothing broke my heart more than having to text him and go, I am so sorry, but with everything happening, I cannot come this year. Because I was legit excited about it.
But Strawberry, think about it. When you come, we probably will get some ratings.
I'm going to get there eventually, because I got a passport and I'm ready to travel. But in essence, what the furry fandom to me is literally nirvana. It is heaven on earth. It is a place where we can express ourselves and give love to everyone. Because the world is quite dark and shitty at times. And to be able to just spread love and goodness is the most beautiful... Damn it. It is the most beautiful thing on the planet to be able to sit up here with these strangers and become friends and family. And to see little kids, and just to see anybody that walks up to me and go, I'm having a bad day, can I have a snack? Can I have a hug? Can I just talk to you? It is the most perfect thing because in my world, in the real world where I live, people are cold and shitty all the time. And when I come here, I can be Miss Strawberry. I can be her essence. I can be a concentrated form of that love. And I can talk to everybody and I can thank every parent for loving their child. And I can pick everybody up. And as a service submissive, this is my nirvana. And if you know anything about BDSM, service submissives thrive off the ability to take care of people. And here, I can literally run myself ragged taking care of all of you.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
love that. It brings me joy. It is no bother to me to pass out. Literally, I had a narcoleptic episode in the tower. As soon as I woke up, I'm like, I have to go to my room and pick up Snack Squad. I have to get this done. But it is perfection. And the fact that I have been so loved by the staff and the chairman that I work for, I live this life. I take on whatever role they ask. And it is amazing. And I will keep doing it until they tell me no more.
Most beautiful paragraph I ever listened to.
What was that? Oh my goodness, sorry. I'm a writer, I apologize. You have to read it first.
One last time to all of our wonderful panelists, starting
You guys kill me. I do not do this for recognition. I do this simply because I feel like it's my job. And it gives me purpose. I talked to Hino earlier this year and I said with everything that was going on, my health has been shit. The one thing that's been constant is my need to help out Megaplex. And it's kept me. I literally looked at him and I'm crying because it saved me. I am in some dark past times and the fact that this convention saved me and the fact that they let me do whatever they need me to do, whatever I need to do for them. That's what the furry fandom is. Trying to get back to the question, that's literally, it's saving each other and keeping each other up. And I love this, so thank you so much. Please thank Hino and all of our panelists. You're amazing. You're so amazing. These guys work so hard to keep things running and to make you happy. And I'm just, again, humbled and honored to be in their presence.
And I'll say this at the end of the day, that we thank all of our staff for every con that works for us. While we're the con chairs, you guys, like Strawberry, make this shit happen. If it, a con chair can't do it all. So we rely on every staffer, every attendee, all of you that pay to be here, everyone that is coming to enjoy what we put on. It is fucking joy for us.
Yeah.
For people who are so enthusiastic to help con, it's fucking amazing. Like, that's the joy in this.
To give an idea of just how much our staff put in, we've got Alon right up here in front. And for those of you who are sponsors or above, he has made all of the food this weekend. This is the first time I've seen him out of our sponsor suite.
Amazing food, I can tell you. Amazing.
Come on, why don't you get your outro? I'm so drunk I can't.
What the fuck did you just say?
So we're both from Wisconsin. I probably understand drunk, but what did you just say? Say that one more
Remember
time.
that question you asked a little while ago about last minute changes? You're about to see one of them at the end of this.
My outro.
Say goodbye, you fucking amazing fuck.
Come to my room later. What? We're going to drink. What in the fuck do you guys think? I just said come to my room. We're going to drink. We're from Wisconsin.
You guys need to understand something. We all become such good friends that we don't actually know where any of us from. I live in Chicago, you fuck!
Rangers, whatever.
Just saying.
Friends without borders. I grew up in Illinois. Thank you very much, asshole. I don't know where in West Chicago asshole you are, but you run a con in Milwaukee and you pretend to be Wisconsin, whatever. Now I'm just drunk rambling. I'm sorry. I hear your fans are from the Midwest, and none of you fucking live here. What is?
I'm thirsty!
What do you want to drink?
That's disgusting. Disgusting.
Good night, Gracie.
Whoa! Give me that. There you go.
Don't worry, you're dead for Don't say no.
I'll say goodnight. I'll say Strawberry first. Fuck you. Okay, thank you. Good. Okay. Thank you guys for letting me listen to our stupid ass banter. Folks are leaving. Like, go now before we can script you to be on staff. And if you guys want to run a con in Denver or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Brazil, or in Indianapolis, come see us. My outro is come join us. You want a staff? Anyone want a concert? I will.
By the way, if you want to volunteer, we're in a shortage of volunteers. Yeah, this year, right, Ruby? Where's Ruby? We need volunteers for Megaplex this year. So, just talk with the lady in yellow and please help Megaplex.
My quick outro. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate you guys being here. listening to us, dealing with us, crying with us, laughing with us. And we hope to see you guys next year and at other fur cons making this shit amazing. So thank you. And now I'm going to finish with the truth.
Hey guys, you have 5 minutes before we're going to get kicked out. The
Okay,
one
outro.
moment in the con that almost made you walk out.
Say it again.
Say it again.
The
One moment in the con that almost made you walk out.
Any con, doesn't matter, just ever.
I'm from Denver. That's not a good question.
I know this one made you almost walk out if you're from Denver.
Analyst, put that in your head. That is a wonderful question. Was there a moment that almost made you want to walk out? Put that in your head when we do outros. We'll go to that story. Danny, would you mind thanking the audience and saying goodnight?
I didn't understand what you said. I was thinking Portuguese, sorry. You were screaming. My brain is...
I know you couldn't watch all the wheeling you out, but what did you make you feel like you had to wheel out of the
I think we enjoy the con so much, and we are only 3 years old. I don't recall a moment we wanted to walk out. So come here and get the microphone. Sorry.
It's not a moment on the con, it's before the con.
Before and after, all moments. Especially dealing with suppliers and stuff. Yeah. No, but during the con, really, though, we enjoy the con really.
Yeah, do you remember the staffer last year that was every hour bugging us on Telegram saying, oh, I have to go home, I have to go home. In 1 hour, I'm going home. 1 hour later, in 1 hour, I'm going home.
Yeah, but he was the one willing to walk out, not me.
Yes.
I was having a good time, actually.
Give him liquor.
It's your business, not mine. They asked it to me. No, I didn't have a moment, but Betsy did. What? They are talking English. Yeah. Guys, have a good night. Have a great sweet dreams. And
We have outros and a question, and he's got fucking flyers. Take a damn.
yeah, I have flyers. I won't take this back to Brazil because I'm taking a lot of electronics. So please take it, or we'll trash it. Anyway. Don't speak Spanish. Sorry. I speak Portuguese. Sorry. Well, next one.
My good friend Pendez, I've been working with you and for you for 7 years now. Pendez, say goodnight.
This has been a fantastic convention so far. Looking forward to tomorrow still. You guys are a great crowd. I'm super happy that I was here at Megaplex this year. This is my first year here, and I hope to be back again because you guys are a great crowd. Thank you for listening to us ramble on about the random stupidity we encounter at conventions at least 2 years after said stupidity occurred. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. Thank you for your generosity because it's all about the charity. It's all about, for me, making sure that on Sunday we make them cry.
Next.
So I want to thank you all for coming out, and you know it's been. We all have our ups and downs working a convention. We truly love what we do, despite those moments that we're at wit's end. But I don't think I would ever walk out on a convention. There's too much need. And so I want to thank you all for coming, and want to make sure, I hope to see you all at closing ceremonies. We've got a lot of information to get out for next year. A lot of changes. So.
No, I think one of the moments that almost kind of threw it in for me was a couple years ago. We had an incident where one of our staffers hugged someone and they started screaming "bad touch." And when we thought it was all handled, they decided that no, we did not handle this, and they wanted to take it further, and it just was a giant nightmare. When we thought it was finally over, I went on my vacation onto the cruise, friend of the person who was on the cruise and proceeded to explain to me how horrible Megaplex is and how this whole thing needed to burn down, and I had to spend an entire week trying to correct this person. And to this day, this person does not speak to me anymore because I proved her wrong 18 different ways. That being said, you're going to run into problems. You're going to have those moments that make you want to just throw your hands up, say a bad word, and walk out of the room. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you gotta walk out of the room. You gotta swear. You gotta go punch a wall. But when you're done, you gotta go back in. You gotta buckle down. And you gotta prove that you can do this. You've gotta turn it around, and you've gotta make this thing happen.
Yes, yes.
Despite everything that's ever happened to this con, we have come back and we have made this thing go.
As the guy on the other side of the as the guy on the other side of the interstate said, if you can dream it, you can make it. So never give up.
Yes.
As one of the founding board members of this con, I want to thank you guys for doing the great job that you guys have done. Thank you.
Strawberry, your outro.
Oh my
You're part of this, yeah.
First off, there's never been a moment that I've wanted to walk out of convention because I am one of those people that it's easier to face a problem than to walk away and let it fester. And everything can be solved with just taking a deep breath, spending your moment in the grump, and then letting it go and moving on. My final outro words to you are, please remember you are beings of love and light on this spinning rock. You are furries. You have the capability to take the smallest gesture of kindness and it will equal a mountain in this world. So please go forth from this moment on. Spread love, spread light, say thank you, tell someone a compliment, be there for someone, and just continue being you, because this is the most unique fandom I have ever had the privilege and honor to be a part of. And please take a moment to thank all these guys sitting here. They are amazing. Thank you for that, and with me sitting next to you. And take a moment to thank yourself because you are beautiful people, and I love each and every one of you. And just go be you, because you, being you, the most authentic you that you can, is just what this world needs. So good night. I love you. Sleep well. Don't drink too much. You can't stay here. Get the fuck out.
Alkaline. Another round of applause for Strawberry here. Thanks. And we have one more fucking question to answer, right?
Well, hold on. I want to thank Alkaline. I want to thank.
I have a last.
Hold on.
Okay.
Alkaline, I want to thank you for helping run this, and thank you for coming down this weekend.
Thanks for bearing the heat for ourselves.
Your convention, your staff, your board has truly made me feel like I was home. Thank you for the invite.
Just a last reminder, I've brought a lot of swag for this panel. And actually you are now sponsored by Nike. Nike is supporting Furry Fun since last 5 seconds. Thank you for not letting me give away our swag. So I'm donating all of the t-shirts and things here to charity for Megaplex. So tomorrow, be there will be some t-shirts and stuff for Megaplex, for the Winterfest for Megaplex. Thank you, have a good night.
And just so you know, it looks like security's here to say we need to get the hell out of here.
If you have any last minute donations for that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Convention Horror Stories. Thank you very much and good night!
I'm just in the microphone. Thank you. Good night.
You guys can grab some boodles here.
Donate to